Small world, the world of informative flashcards. Flashcards and Principles of Economics, Part 2. Principle number 1. Principle number 1, people face trade-offs. Making decisions requires trading off one goal against another. Example: consider a student who must decide how to allocate her most valuable recourse, her time. She can spend all of her time studying economics, she can spend all of her time studying psychology, or she can divide her time between the two. Example: guns and butter. Efficiency, defined. Efficiency, the property of society getting the most it can from its scarce resources. Equity, defined. Equity, the property of distributing economic prosperity fairly among the members of society. Principle number 2 of economics. Principle number 2, the cost of something is what you give up to get it. Because people face trade-offs, making decisions requires comparing the costs and benefits of alternative course of action. Example: what is the cost of college? The costs are what you give up, such as giving up a job and work experience. Opportunity cost, concept. Opportunity cost, whatever must be given up obtaining some item. Principle number 3 of economics. Principle number 3, rational people think at the margin. Rational people know that decisions in life are rarely black and white, but usually involve shades of gray. Example: at dinner time it is not a choice between fasting and eating like a pig, but maybe between 1 and 2 scoops of mashed potatoes. A plane selling a seat at a stand by price. Marginal changes, meaning. Marginal changes, small incremental adjustments to a plan of action. Principle number 4 of economics. Principle number 4, people respond to incentives. Because rational people make decisions by comparing costs and benefits, they respond to incentives. Example: when the price of apples rises, people eat pears. Tax on gasoline will make people want to drive electric cars or drive less. Principle number 5 of economics. Principle number 5, trade can make everyone better off. Trade between two countries can make each country better off. Example: family member of looks for a job, he or she competes against member of other families who are looking for jobs too. Countries as well as families benefit from the ability to trade with one another. Principle number 6 of economics. Principle number 6, markets are usually a good way to organize economic activity. Invisible hand guides economic activity. Market economy, an economy that allocates recourse through the decentralized decisions of many firms and households as they interact in markets for goods and services. Principle number 7 of economics. Principle number 7, governments can sometimes improve markets. Government steps in when markets are failing due to externalities. Externalities are costs due to the product impact. Principle number 8 of economics. Principle number 8, a standard of living depends on a country's ability to produce goods and services, The more money a country has, the more goods it can produce. Principle number 9 of economics. Principle number 9, prices rise when government prints too much money. Also called inflation, means money loses value and prices increase. Principle number 10 of economics. Principle number 10, society faces a short-run trade-off between inflation and unemployment. If policymakers expand aggregate demand, they can lower unemployment, but only at the cost of higher inflation. If they contract aggregate demand, they can lower inflation, but at the cost of temporarily higher unemployment.